All right, we are back here on well, it's actually a nice mild Monday because I had to stand outside and keep people from trying to go in the bus loop. I want my daughter to go by the gym. Well, that's great, but you got to go all the way around the campus. All right, don't forget, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. So, functions. Function. Yeah, I know. That's conjunction junction. We all, for those who know who that what that is Schoolhouse Rock. It was awesome. All right, a relation is just a group of points. Okay, group of coordinate points. A function is this. This is important. Okay, this is important. Your x values don't repeat. Okay, no, there you go. Yeah. So when we're trying to see if it's a relation or a function, we just look at the x values. Okay, too easy. All right, so let's zoom in. All right, my x values are right here. I'm highlighting them. You could, I know some of you, if you, with your pencil, you could go, oh, there it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Okay. However, you need to do it. Okay. Do any of those numbers repeat? Yeah. They repeat. So this is not a function. Okay. That's it. Yep, that's about how this goes. Anybody remembering this stuff from previous times? Maybe, kind of, sort of. Okay, let's see if I can crack into that deep, dark, hidden math past. All right, let's look right here. Let's see, here's my x values. All right, do any of these repeat? No. So this is a function, and we should already know that. Why? Because it says, thank you. Somebody actually read on the paper or the screen right where it says function right here. Wow. All right. So let's go down right here. Now let's do some guided practice. This is where it really matters. Okay. Now, honestly, I had forgotten that that was actually examples, and I went over it. Some of y'all just went along with me. They're like, "Ooh, I got to make better than that negative 12 than I did on that test." Okay. All right. Nobody actually made a negative 12. It's more like a negative 11.5. So, all right. Let's look at this. Here are my x values. Okay. I highlighted them. You can, here, here, here. Do they repeat? No. Function. Because no repeat. Okay. Coordinates are usually pretty easy with that. Okay. All right. Let's look at number 2. Number 2 is actually kind of interesting. Hold in, giggle. Okay. All right. If we look right here, this says that this is this and this goes to this. All right. What this actually means, somebody's either whispering very loud or talking partial tongue. Either way. All right. So what this is meaning is that this 1 goes to both this 5, or is that a 3 or a 5? 3? Okay. Well, it looked like a 5. All right. It means it's going to both of those. So that means it's what? Not a function because it's repeated. So this is not a function. Now, I kind of like an easier way to answer this on the test. Sometimes I might say circle if it's a function or no. It will say yes or no. And I know what's going to happen on that test. People will underline it, they will box it, they will do everything in the world except for circle. You know how I know? How? Thank you. Because on the last test, on the last problem, it says put an X beside the points that are in the solution. People put X check marks. Somebody drew a dog. I was like, what is this? Nobody actually drew a dog right there, but there was some nice drawings in there. All right. Here's all my X values. Do any of these repeat? These two. This is a no, not a function. Basically, you could say relation. Uh, on the test, it's going to be yes or no. Is this a function or not? Yes or no? Yes, no. And don't do like those uh, females used to do when I was in elementary school. I'd say, "Do you want to be my girlfriend?" Yes, no, and they'd write an extra box and put maybe. All right. Determine if relation. You can use the vertical line. Whoop, can't top. Test. This is what happens when you don't take topping until you're a senior in high school and you have big fat fingers like I do. Okay. Vertical line test. Okay. Does anybody know what that says? Yes or no? Don't try to tell me the definition. Just yes or no. Yes. Okay. All right. For those that don't, all right. So each time we draw a vertical line, it can only touch the graph once. I've had people that will tell me that something is not a function because, well, I drew multiple lines and it touched all of them, so it failed it. All right. Now, our vertical line should be a little bit easier to see on this. Maybe. I don't know. This is blue on my paper, so it's probably nowhere near anywhere where you could see it on your paper, correct? Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you for going along with me. All right. So, all right, on this vertical line right here, the pink one, look at the pink one. Now it's green. How many how many times does it touch? Once. How many times? Twice. This is a no. Okay. If it says explain, it fails the vertical line test. Okay. I'm not going to ask you to explain. All right. The reason why is I want to give you like stuff we had in the previous, you're going to see on your worksheet today, you're going to have stuff like this. You're going to have a graph. It says circle all the ones that are a function. And again, people will X them out and all kinds of stuff. It's funny. My dad, I was at the farm Saturday, and he says, "Do you know how it is when you try to explain something like exactly in detail and simply for somebody to do something, and then they just do the opposite?" I said, "Got a little bit of experience with that." Daily. All right. So every time we draw a vertical line, it only touches once, right? Yeah. So this is a yes. Okay. And our explanation again, it either passes or fails the vertical line test. Okay. It's kind of like some of my former students when their number gets pulled and they have to meet their, certain officer and stuff like that. And they have to go take a certain test to see. Yeah. It's either pass or fail. All right. Domain are the x values of a function. Okay. Range are the y values. All right. So is it a function? Is a relation or a function? And identify the domain and range. Okay. So watch this. There was a unique tooting noise, and I don't know if it was a phone or somebody knows how to make underlay noises in different octaves. Okay. So your input and your output. Your input is your x values. Your output is your y values. Okay. Now this 0 goes to two different numbers. This is a relation. Okay. Why did I write relation instead of yes or no? Yeah, because the directions say so. It's kind of, man, I would not want to be in the car with y'all learning how to drive. Some of y'all, and y'all get to a stop sign. Who's like, this means floor it. Some of y'all just do exact opposite all the time. All the time. All right. So, shh, 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 shh. And now some people, I'm a good driver. I am awesome. I I am so good on Mario Kart. All right. So, if I draw my vertical line, this is happens to be a skinny one, but it only touches once. Okay. So this one is a function. Okay. Now, domain. All right. Oh man, this is tricky. This is supposed to be 0 and this is -2, but the number's right here. I wonder what number that's supposed to be. That's actually a question for y'all. Uh, -1. Yes. All right. What would the x value be if I start here and I don't go left or right? What would this x value be? 0. Okay, good. All right. Oh no, it's between 0 and 2 again. One, yeah, 2 and then 8. Remember, that's just all my x values. I just went this way, left to right. Bless you, left to right. Okay. My range, bless you again. All right. Now, it looks here that 2 for my y value is repeated. Have we said anything about y values repeating? No. If it repeats, you don't really have to write it but once, okay? Because that's all of it, okay? All right. Now, if you happen to write it twice, do you think I'm going to really count off? No. You're like, I hope not. All right. What is this y value at this point down here? Okay, good. -3. Awesome. What about this one? Aha. And all the way over here would be 3. Okay. So that's how this goes. Old school domain and range, X and Y. Okay. You and then some of y'all are like, this is easy. Yes, this part is kind of easy because it's the basis of like everything else for this unit. Okay. It's kind of like before they poured the first thing of concrete for this building, they moved the dirt and made sure it was good before they did it. All right. Zoom back out. All right. Function notation. All right. This is the name of the function. It's going to be like F, G, H, whatever letter. Okay. It won't be I and it won't be O. All right. Not always. Not I or O. Because I means something different in math and O's look like zeros. Okay. All right. What the function does, that's this. Okay. The input is what we're plugging into it. Believe it or not, this is your very basic computer program. It is a input output. Some of y'all are like, wow, that's amazing. All right. So it says find, this is read as f of x. Okay. F of x. The function of x is this. All right. So this says find, don't say f1. Okay. This is f of 1. So guess what? Everywhere we see x right there, we're about to plug in a 1. So it was +4. Now, all I'm doing is replacing that x with parentheses. Okay. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to plug this in. Now, if you do it like this, you can type it in just like this in the calculator. Notice how the calculator looks just like what is written on the screen below it. And then I hit enter. Bam, 7. It will do it for me. Now, I know some of y'all are like, but I like to do. I know. However you do it, I don't care. The answer is 7. Okay. You can say 3 times 1, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, let's do it again for f of -2. This is why when you replace a variable, these parentheses are important. Because parentheses beside a number means what operation? Multiply. Okay. When a letter and a number are right beside each other, what does that mean? Multiply. So we're literally just replacing that. And yes, it does matter if the numbers are in parentheses or not. All right, so here we have it. And bam, -2. You got that in your head? Awesome. So we're taking whatever this is, plugging it in everywhere we see X, and getting our answer. Okay, that's it. Some Does this somewhat look familiar? Maybe. No. No. I got one. I got some interesting faces. It's like, this is gross. All right. So let's do this. Let's do all the F ones together. Which is only 2 of them. At one point in time, there was more. All right. So now, I know some of y'all are going to tell me that your calculator gave you the wrong answer. And I'm probably going to tell you that spoons make me fat. Okay? Your calculator is a simple tool. It will give you what you put into it. Okay? So, yes, you have to do it basically like it says. Okay? Parenthesis 3 squared plus 3. Okay? Now, the squared button, for those that don't know, is right here. Squared. Okay? And bam. 12. Yeah. All right, let's see how many people get -1 on this next one. Why do you think I was waiting for people to get -1 instead of 7? Also, y'all are so engaged. This is so great. Look what happens when I don't do the parentheses. The calculator reads this as it squares the 2 and then multiplies it by -1. Told you, simple tool. All right. Yeah, this is great. All right. So here and here. All right. So -2 minus 5. All right. So -2 and 3 minus 5. All right. -11. I love plugging in 0 into things. Not necessarily the grade book, though it happens sometimes. But usually makes things really nice. I got it at Target. It's real nice. All right. That's literally it. That's function notation. You're plugging something in and doing the math. Has anybody ever heard of the phrase plug and chug? Somebody has hurt y'all along the way. Y'all have to. I mean, no. Oh my gosh. We don't know what a plug and chug is. I heard what a chug was when you go out to the refuge. No, that's not it. All right. All right. I want y'all to do these two, and we're going to do the answers right quick, and then we're going to do some other things. All right. So this is where we leave y'all. Don't forget, hit like, subscribe, hit the bell. Watch out. Apparently, there's very high pollen. Oh, 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 oh. How long should you wait? Okay. Good stuff. Good things. Roll Tide.